Welcome back to DS Trucks. We're hanging out in the garage watching Aladdin and playing with Legos. And I figured now would be a good time to talk about our build. How are we going to spec our 2023 F450? I'm definitely going with the 450. Ever since selling my truck, I've been missing it. So we're going back with the 450. So I really kicked around the idea of the XLT or the Lariat. Which one should I go with? And originally I was thinking I'd go with an XLT, but the problem with the XLT is it comes with the halogen headlights. So no, I'm not going to go with the XLT to save the money. I'm going to go back with the Lariat. So let's go ahead and start the build and kind of kick around how we're going to spec it. So number one, easiest for me to choose is the iconic silver. And the reason that I like the iconic silver is because it can take the scratches and dents and dings. It exposes the aluminum underneath and it just doesn't show scratches. So it's a nice color. Is it the best color? It's not really overall the best color. I mean, the black is better. You know, all the colors are probably better than the silver. But for me, the silver, it shines good. It's not real aggressive like the metallic gray or carbon gray. What do they call it nowadays? The carbonized gray. Oh, super aggressive color. Like it's a great color. But silver for me, the brighter color hides all the scratches. I've got a ingot silver F250 that's been just beat up for years and years, and it still looks freaking good because it's silver and it just hides scratches. With the aluminum, it hides scratches. So with our silver, now one of the things that we've determined over the last couple of days is the high output is only $2,500. It's not 12,000. There was a glitch with the 450s where you build it and they say it's 12.5 for the high output. It's $2,500 option. So let's go ahead and do it. Does the 450 need it? No, a 450 doesn't need that power. So if you are thinking of building a 450 and you want it to be as affordable as possible, then don't get the high output. You don't need the high output. But for me, being that we make videos and stuff and all that, I think it'd be cool to have the high output. Not so much necessary. With these trucks, they're not going to be. There's a good chance that you're not going to be able to delete these trucks, the emission systems. So adding power might be an issue. You might not be able to add power. So having a high output for $2,500 may be the best way to have the power. So we're going to go ahead and add it. We're going to standard 4x4, it looks like, with the 450. The 10-speed transmission was nice with the 450. 430 gear ratio. So now let's go over to the packages. Now this is where things get interesting. You have the snowplow prep, the camper package, the heavy service front suspension. Depending on what you're doing, just get the snowplow camper. It's $300. And yeah, it covers the heavy front suspension, it covers the snowplow, it covers the camper. It's everything all in one snowplow camper. Now I was watching Big Truck RV. He did the heavy suspension with the camper package, I believe. And based on the price, I guess it's basically the snowplow prep. What's different? With the snowplow prep, you get the rear stabilizer bar. Uh, I don't know. I don't even know what you get, but you get plenty. You do get a standard 250 amp alternator. So if you didn't add the heavy alternators yet, 250 amps is perfect. That's all you need. Uh, I personally like going with the dual. Oh, I hit back. I personally like going with the dual alternator setup over the other setup. So over the 250 amp, but the 250 amp is plenty for work, for commercial work, for plowing, for all that good stuff. So chrome package for $1,200. What do you get for a chrome package? Door handles, exhaust tip, chrome hooks, unique mirror caps. That's cool. I mean, a silver truck with all the chrome is nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, having the chrome mirror caps and everything would look great with the silver. I'm not going with that because it's $1,200, but not a bad way to go. Lariat Ultimate. So here's another thing. The Lariat Ultimate nowadays is going to be $5,000. So what all do you get with it? You get the four-way adjustable headrest. You get the Bang& Olufsen, which you automatically get that. You get the pre-collision, the bliss, the lane keeping, the rear view camera. So what is a rear view camera? I don't even know what that is. That's probably the ability to turn on the camera while you're driving. So I don't know. I think that should have been standard. I mean, I don't know. So when you're building these trucks, you don't know what all this stuff even means until you get it. So hopefully that doesn't mean that you get to view the. Some of this stuff's going to be included on the Lariat, some's not. So, but for $5,000, the fact that you don't really get anything particularly noteworthy, all the co-pilot stuff, I hate all that stuff. I got it on my wife's 150. It's okay. It's just not great. It's not ready for the limelight. It's not like the truck's gonna drive itself. Um, Front sensing system, eh, don't need that. Um, yeah, it's got a heads-up display. That's kind of cool. Power running boards is kind of cool. Tailgate step, tow technology, and upfitter switches. So I'm not gonna say it's a terrible package. I mean, it's a cool package. Don't get me wrong, but I think it brings the price too high. I'm trying to make it, a little bit more efficient here as far as the price. So as far as power deployable running boards, I recommend them. I think they're great, but for $1,000, we're gonna leave those off. Splash guards, we can go ahead and add those. I don't even see it adding any price. The tailgate step, we're gonna not have that this time because I take my tailgate off and it's too heavy with the step, so it's gonna be easier for me to handle and carry that step or that tailgate without the step. All the tonneau covers we don't need. Okay, so all this camera stuff is gonna make the order take longer, so we're gonna leave that stuff off. Wheel liners front, we can add those. Gooseneck dual hitch kit, don't know what that is, not getting it. So we're gonna leave the twin panel moonroof off. Not that I think there's anything wrong with it, I'm just trying to make this truck a little bit more affordable. We are gonna add the engine block heater. We don't need chrome exhaust tips. If we wanted all this chrome exhaust tip stuff, we would go ahead and get that other package, but I don't feel that is necessary. Exterior backup alarm. So here's where we are. We have a 190 amp alternator. We automatically stepped up to a 250 amp alternator with the addition of our snowplow package. So it's enough power, but we're gonna add the 410 alternator because with a 410 dual amp, with a 410 dual alternator, it's just a nice thing to have if you do an aftermarket inverter. So you have a 250 plus a 160. Not a bad deal. But a 250 is all you really need. I mean, you're never going to have any issues with a 250. At least running 12-volt equipment. The interior, we're going to go with all black. Don't forget,
Whoa.
most dealers are going to automatically know to go all black. Carpet delete. Let's do our carpet delete this time. Max recline seats. Now, here's the deal with max recline seats. Let's add it. Let's see what happens. To get the max recline seats, we have to add $5,000 worth of equipment. I don't want to add that much, so we're not even going to have max recline seats. I'll live. Rapid supplemental heat. I like that. Gets your heat going fast. Here's another toughie. Pro power on. Oh, you want that? All right. So here's another toughie, the Pro Power on board. Okay, when you add this, let's go ahead and add it and see what happens. Okay, we add it and we have to lose our 410 alternator. Why? I don't know. So I have to add $1,000 and I have to lose my alternator ability. Do I want this for $1,000 and losing that alternator? I already have built and installed the aftermarket solution for this for 3,000 watts. So I'll have 2K watts. It's a much cleaner look and you still retain all the storage. Do I go 2K and have the Pro Power, well, I can still change my order. So my order is technically in. I'm showing you guys how I ordered it. That, as of right now, is not on there because I don't want to lose the 410 alternator. But this can be changed. So do I change it and get the Pro Power and just have the 250 amp alternator? Because 250 amps is enough to power all your stuff. Now, if I'm running a 250 amp alternator and I'm driving along, I'm running a plow, and I'm running voltage through this, I could overwork my system because 250 is about enough to run that 2K amp uh, inverter. But once you start running a plow and everything, that's where you really want the extra amperage. You running a plow and a salter and a diesel engine. I think the 250 will do it, but what it probably won't do is a plow, uh, a salter, uh, anything plugged into that at the same time. I don't know. My 3K watt inverter that I've installed in my last 450 with the plow, the salter, everything. If I got a 410 amp alternator, I can still run some items on that inverter. Where it's, I don't know. You never know what you're going to be running. Is it nice that it's in the bed and everything? Absolutely. So do I add it or not? I don't know. It's something to think about. So comment below and tell me what you think. Interior work surface, I do not believe I can add that because of the center console. I want to have a center console. The universal garage door opener is included. The safe, I don't want the safe. And the upfitter switches, I definitely want those. So we do have the Bang & Olufsen 18 speaker included. We do have navigation. If you go with an XLT, you don't get navigation as of right now. So as of right now, this is what we're looking like. Silver 450, just like old times. The high output Powerstroke. And here's the price. The price on this is $83.9. I can get A plan probably, or X plan or whatever. And the payment, we're going to come in strong with a good down payment. I'm setting a goal to put in like 20K for the down payment. Let's look at the payment calculator for 60 months. So right now we're looking at a $8,000 down payment for 60 months for a $1,400 payment. Let's come in strong with 20K and see what happens. It gets us down to 1,200. Then we come in with freaking trade in of like 10,000. Gets us down to 1,000. So, you know, what are we gonna do as far as rates? What are we gonna do as far as, do we go 72 months? If we go 72 months, we get down to 860, but then we're paying a lot more in interest. If we get down to like we're not gonna get 3% interest with 72 months. I can tell you that's a fact. So whatever we do, we're gonna figure this out and figure out how to get this payment reasonable. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you guys the build that I am working with. It's gonna be a silver 450. This is going to be our goal for the channel. We've got some time to figure everything out. Hopefully the world settles down in the next 6 months or so. It is probably what it's going to take for this to get built. But we're going to see what happens. Anyway, my name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. Hopefully this building can help you if you're thinking about building a truck. But anyway, see you guys soon. Hope to hear from you in the comment section. Over and out.